Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Triple murderer who plotted UK's worst school shooting jailed for 49 years. To view this video, please enable JavaScript and consider upgrading to a web browser that supports HTML5. Video. Up next, a teenager who murdered his family as part of a warped bid to become the world's most infamous mass killer has been jailed for at least 49 years. Nicholas Prosper, 19, used a shotgun to kill mum Juliana Falcon, 48, brother Kyle Prosper, 16, and sister Giselle Prosper, 13, at the flat they shared in Luton on September 13 last year. He also plotted to kill at least 30 of the youngest pupils and 2 of their teachers at his old school, St. Joseph's Catholic Primary, the town's Crown Court heard. Prosper later told a prison nurse he was on a mission to cause the biggest massacre in the 21st century, purely for the notoriety. In the latest in a string of high-profile cases where defendants have refused to come to court to be sentenced, Prosper initially refused to leave his prison cell this morning. But the judge, Mrs. Justice Chimagrub, delayed the hearing so he could be dragged to court and face justice. Mrs. Justice Chimagrub told Prosper, "You do not want to be here, but it is not your choice. You have to face the consequences of your actions, to hear the court sentence passed in public, and it is important for those who loved your victims to see you sentenced." Jailing Prosper for life, she said, a mass spree with sole aim of glorifying perpetrator in history of mass killers is what you intended. She said the facts of Prosper's case were chilling, and that he had wanted to emulate and outdo the U.S. school massacres at Sandy Hook in 2012 and Virginia Tech in 2007. Prosper admitted the murders at an earlier hearing, as well as purchasing a shotgun without a certificate, possession of a shotgun with intent to endanger life, and possession of a kitchen knife in a public place. At the beginning of his sentencing hearing on Tuesday, the court heard how Juliana and Kyle were found in the hallway of the flat the family shared in Liebenk. Kyle had also been stabbed more than 100 times, while Giselle was found under a dining table where she may have been trying to hide. Prosecutor Timothy Cray Casey told the court, the killing of his family was to be first step in an even more shocking mass killing. That same Friday morning, he had planned to kill at least 30 of the youngest pupils and 2 of their teachers at St. Joseph's Catholic Primary School in Luton. This is the school he attended as a child. It is about 3/4 of a mile from his home. He had been preparing these killings for months. His planning was cold, deliberate, and without sympathy or emotion towards the actual victims or potential victims. The court heard that his main wish was for lasting notoriety. Mr. Cray said, specifically, he wanted to imitate and even surpass other mass killers around the world. He had conducted in-depth internet research on shootings in the United States of America, Norway, Australia, and New Zealand. He understood his plans, if realized, would bring about the greatest number of deaths in a school or other mass shooting in the United Kingdom, and possibly even in the United States of America. Prosper plotted the killing during assembly for children aged 4 and 5 at the school, and had carried out surveillance, including taking pictures of staff and pupils from the school website and checking lesson times. His fascination with violence was such that, at one point, he even tried to contact a bereaved mother to ask for a picture of her murdered child, Mr. Cray said. He added, the investigation suggests that the defendant acted alone. While he had read documents or manifestos produced by other mass killers, his plans did not arise from any particular political or ideological cause. The evidence suggests that what drove him on most was the desire to be famous or infamous as a mass killer. This was killing for the sake of killing. There were no concerns about him up until the end of year 11 in school, when he was described as a quiet but geeky boy with a small group of friends who were into computers. But once he began 6th form, there were concerns about his behavior. His autism spectrum disorder meant he could not stay in mainstream education or hold down a job, and he became increasingly isolated, spending more time online and becoming obsessed with school shootings. Defending, David Bentley Casey said he had gone down an internet wormhole. He plotted for months to kill his family and carry out the school shooting, even choosing a black and yellow uniform that he would wear for the killing spree. After he murdered his family, he hid for 2 hours before flagging down 2 police officers and showing them where he had hidden the loaded shotgun and a bag containing 30 cartridges. Prosper later told a prison nurse he had wanted to cause the biggest massacre in the 21st century. Get in touch with our news team by emailing us at webnews@metro.co.uk. For more stories like this, check our news page. Era. More, first picture of teenager who died in car crash with 2 of his friends. Era. More, teen driver promised girls dad he would be careful before crash that killed her. Era. More, death row killer executed with nitrogen gas despite lawyer branding method, cruel. Never miss the biggest stories with breaking news alerts in your inbox. This site is protected by Ray CAPTCHA and the Google privacy policy and terms of service apply. Your information will be used in line with our privacy policy.